up, Daddy Gang? It is your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy.
Bella Thorne, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh my God, I am so excited to be here with you today. We kind of like first, as the world got to know you as Cece Jones on Shake It Up. But you didn't let Disney put you in a box. You are now in the director's chair. And I feel like you have done so much in your life to just get to where you are today as the Bella Thorne we know and love. And so I am really excited to just learn more about you.
Aw, thanks.
The red hair is back.
Bitch, the girl is growing.
Is it true that you dyed this yourself?
I did the original color myself. Yeah, I did.
What inspired the return?
Well, I woke up one day and was just like, I don't want the brown anymore. I did the brown to grow out my hair. You know, when you have like red or, as you know, blonde, every time with the 6-week mark, you're like, the roots.
Completely.
And shadow roots don't really look amazing sometimes with red hair. It's just not as, I like it like from the tip, just like, yes. And then I woke up and my fiance, I was like, I really want to get this like product where, it says no bleach. It's a high lift color, but it says no bleach. And I was like, it says they have it at CVS. And this little angel next to me in bed at 8 a.m. was like, I'll go get it right now. And he went and got it. And then an hour later, my assistant, Sam, walked in. She looks at me. She's like, oh my God, Jesus.
You're like, I don't know. CVS said it was going to be. I feel like so much of what I talk about on this show is like becoming an adult. It almost feels like we all go through that phase where you start to have like revelations of your past. And it's either traumatizing or it's healing or it's a little bit of both. And I feel like I'm meeting you at a very like reflective point in your life. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to just go through it all today, Bella, because I'm fascinated.
Let's do it.
Okay. Just high level. What about your life right now feels different from like all of your past eras in your past?
That's a great question. So much. I genuinely feel lighter on my feet. And I think mentally, at one point I was doing 4 movies a year. And I think I like really burnt myself out, as well as at a time where I also didn't know myself as much. And I feel like in life, we just keep learning about ourselves in that way, which is a really beautiful process if you're not like finger pointing at yourself and talking down to yourself every time you make a mistake. Then it can be a beautiful process. But it's hard to like work on the mental as well as be actually working all the time every day. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. Everybody out here be stunting. We all got to be stunting all the time. It's fucking exhausting.
No, it is. It's like you get so burnt out and then you still have to pretend you're stunting. You're like, I'm here. And you're like, I'm literally about to fall over.
No, literally.
Okay, lighter. I feel like, and I bet if you said that to yourself like years ago, like one day you'll just be sitting somewhere and be like, oh, I feel so much lighter. Like that's the goal for all of us, right? Because that means you're probably happier and you feel like alleviation from some of the pain that you were experiencing.
Yeah.
I saw that you posted a little recap of your just like over the years and you called it the many eras of Bella Thorne. And so I want to play my own version with you today because I feel like this is a good way to like kick us off and get into, if anyone forgot, let's go down memory lane.
Jesus.
I'm going to just show you a picture. You're like, is this a good time for me to leave the interview? Goodbye. I am going to show you a picture. Literally just tell me what you remember from that and what comes to mind. Okay. Starting off strong.
Oh, Jesus. Starting off so strong. First of all, like, face is way too pale and it's looking really weird, matching my like lower chest situation. I know everyone's looking at the chest and yes, it's very tan compared to my face. I'm gonna start with when I went to this thing. I was dating somebody. We wanted to match. He didn't like his outfit right before. And so he changed his outfit. So I changed mine like an hour before going so that we could still match.
This is 2017. I also feel like 2017 is just like very nostalgic for everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, where you were at 2017. This also felt like
the glitter queen.
I was
like,
gonna say glitter
I
era.
was like, and I was glitter before this, and then this was also there. And a lot of people were like, oh my God, she's on drugs because she's wearing glitter. Like, what the? And I was like, no, man. I mean, I do smoke weed, but not on drugs. Just love glitter.
Because I feel like every time I've ever heard people talk about glitter, a lot of them are parents, and they're like, I think I have to move from my house because the glitter has just completely consumed my entire home, and I literally can't use a vacuum enough to get it out.
100%.
Was it just all over your house, and you just kind of were like in your glitter era?
It's everywhere. It will never leave the house. I've found it in places you don't want to find it.
It's like in your vibrator. You're like, oh,
yeah.
It's in your toothbrush. You're like,
comes
thank
out.
you.
You're like, well, damn. I'm wet with glitter, bitch. Yes.
No. Wait, that's actually amazing. Okay, next. This is wow.
Oh wow, Filthy Fangs era.
Yep, this is from your bitch Bella Thorne music video.
Oh man, that song.
Which this obviously completely broke the internet back in the day. Where did this idea come from?
It was a song that started as a joke, and then we'd play it for people and be like, "Oh, this is like pop it," and we're like, "No, but it's like it's funny, you know." It was like I really loved like the Jesse Eisenberg era and stuff with like, you know, like on a boat and like Dick in a Box, and like that's how I viewed this. That's a good era,
dude. That's such a good
right?
era. No one was that serious. Everyone was just having fun and was being like stupid in the best way.
Exactly.
You're right. This is very nostalgic. I remember you said in the rap, you said, been inside the club since I was hella short.
Which is so
honestly
true.
Incredible. What was a typical night out partying with you back then? What did it look like?
In this era is when I really started to go out and have fun. When I was younger, I was definitely a teacher's pet, and like have been dealing with the people pleaser like era for a long time, and then had to get out, had to bust out, had to break out, like boom, it's Bella Thorne. Bitch, I'm Bella Thorne.
Like I'm just going so completely
ridiculous
the
if you think
now.
about it. So ridiculous. And yeah, so then at this time I was having fun. I was like in my music era too, like hanging out with a lot of music people, producers, rappers, just like
getting after it.
Yeah, getting after it. And I think you can tell from this like hair and the colors that I went through.
I also heard that you are one of the only people who can keep up with Snoop Dogg when it comes to smoking. Yeah. Is that true or is that true?
It's true.
I'm obsessed. You're like, yes, Alex, this is true. What is smoking with him like?
Smoking with him is awesome. He's got his big bus, which is insane.
You've been on the bus.
Yes. Oh, the bus is always there. Yeah, the bus is a must.
So we go into the bus.
We go into the bus, and there's just hella people and like hella smoke everywhere. Like it's a thick. It's like, where's the amount of oxygen compared to the amount of smoke in this area? And have you smoked weed? Do you like weed?
I have smoked weed, but like the way that I'd enter the bus and I'd get high. I wouldn't even need to hit something. Mm-hmm. Like back in the day I would smoke more. Obviously now I'm not smoking because I'm pregnant, but like
no.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not smoking?
She's like, I'm hitting the bong, man, on the stomach.
The rumors rip. Oh my God. But like I would back in the day, but I was always so fascinated by people who could just like hang, because I remember when I interviewed Wiz Khalifa, I was like mentally preparing the day. I'm like, okay, like I know he's gonna offer me and like I've got to do it. Like, come on, like how am I not gonna smoke with Wiz? And literally I'm like taking like little baby hits and I'm literally like, next question. And like my whole page, I'm like, And I forgot my questions, and then I just started talking about random shit with like camping with him. And we were literally on the random. We're like on call.
That sounds like a fun interview.
It went so off the rails. I remember everyone in the room was like, "What are you two talking about?" I'm like, "I don't know my name. Like, I don't know how to stand up from this
Why
chair.
am I here,
Dude?" I also
call
like,
who's daddy?
No, literally.
Father?
I was just in the hands of his. I was like, take me where we need to go, Wiz. I also feel like Snoop is someone who is on almost everyone's dream blunt rotation.
Yeah, for sure.
Who is on yours?
Yes. Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
Yes, and
Oh, it's good.
I was with him and at a after party for this movie he did with Christian Bale, and I got to meet him and Christian Bale, who was my favorite actor at the time. My sister, who's older than me, she got to smoke with Woody, and I was just like, I'm too young to do this publicly, so I'm not gonna smoke at this party. And I just remember being like, man, can I add you to this rotate? It's like, I'm here, I'm breathing it in,
but
I'm not smoke, but it's like, it's kind of happening. Yeah.
That's a good one to have on the list.
Right. It's like, I need it now, but I think he's not smoking anymore. I think
You missed your moment.
I missed it.
It's okay.
You know, but good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. I also think like this also could give this
when I handed my house with my sister, because why not? Handed everything.
Explain what you mean by that.
Like, we individually hand glued every rose on that wall, and we took those feather boas and we staple gunned them into the roof and made a whole feather boa roof.
There's a dinosaur
in the different
room.
pinks in the I'm like, oh, forget about the dinosaur.
Yeah, forget about the dinosaur.
Let's talk about the feather boa roof, okay?
There's a dinosaur, and this is, from what I understand, this is your dining room.
Yes, yeah, that's our dining table. We had fun painting that dining table. I got the dinosaur from my sister, Derek, as a gift for one of her birthdays because she loves dinosaurs. She always has. And so I went to a props house and I was like, I want to get like a big ass dinosaur because like,
why not?
Yeah, because she fucking loves them, man. Yeah.
So we're eating dinner every night. Like, why not just have
what a cool birthday
dinosaur
gift? Like,
is that like a T-Rex?
Yeah.
Right? Or a
it's T-Rex.
Velociraptor? Unclear. Whatever.
Oh, I think you're right. It might be a Velociraptor. Yeah, I think you're right. You see, the next room is completely blue and green. It's split down the fireplace.
Is that a horse back there?
That is a horse. Yes. Yeah, we got that made for one of our Coachella parties. And then, like, what do you do? And you, like, create things and then get things made. And, you know, you can't throw beautiful art away.
You just bring it back to your house.
Which makes me like a pack rat. I end up looking a little bit like a pack rat, but I'm not in that era. And that's important to mention.
This
Alex.
is when we talked at the beginning where we're like, you are so, we're reflecting. That you're like, this is so not who I am anymore, but just so you know, this once was. So are the dinosaurs not in your home currently?
No. And you know what? The person who bought my last home, his children loved the home. We designed that home as well. It was like one, right? You could see the evolution. Like, oh, wow, this is like classy, but still crazy. Like there's still flowers everywhere, but it's not like this. And then we brought Derek to that house, and then his children, when they walked in and they saw that house, they wanted to keep it all the same. And so Derek is with a new family now.
Derek.
Yeah, just pretty cute.
Last one, maybe best one. Are you ready? Baby Bella.
Dude, my hair is kind of curled like that right now.
You kind of look alike.
Right? What's
It's
happening?
Whoa.
I've de-aged.
There are no notes on this outfit.
Really?
Because it was such an era. The fedora, the layering. Like, how do you remember feeling when you were suited up this way?
We had so much fun. There was so much fun to be had. And I remember when they made my CC boots, and they were these paint splattered, really like kind of 3D art sort of boot. And I love Paint Spotter. I've loved it since then. It's like really become, and like color washing is like a big thing that I just really love. And it all kind of really starts back at this era and this time. It's so weird to think I'm 12.
That's why I was like, I needed to end with this so we can almost start with this, because it's like this photo, I feel like really, yeah, it was the beginning of your journey in the public eye, and it changed your life. And let's get into it. And maybe it's like the return of the red. Like it feels like we got to go down that path for a minute. Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Haagen-Dazs. Daddy Gang, I think we all deserve a little more me time. Whether it's work, school, or whatever is bringing you down, it's so important to take a second to slow down and treat yourself. And lately, my favorite way to do this is with some rich, smooth, creamy ice cream, and none better than Haagen-Dazs. You guys, you have to try their cherry dark chocolate bar. Let me just tell you something, okay? Picture rich cherry ice cream with some tart cherry ribbons all covered in a thick layer of dark chocolate. Yes, it's the kind of thing you don't want to just eat, but you like literally experience, okay? Usually I'm the type to just like crush a dessert in 2 seconds, but this, oh girls, I'm taking my time. I'm like, savor every bite. Haagen-Dazs is just one of those things that's meant to be savored. I've literally been eating Haagen-Dazs since I came out of the womb. My entire family has always had it stocked in our fridge. It'd be like movie night, boom, sit down, get our Haagen-Dazs. And now the cherry dark chocolate bar, it's always in my hand, okay? It is just the perfect sweet treat that I just can't get enough of. It's my go-to treat at the end of a long workday. So take your sweet time, that's Dazs, available at retailers nationwide. Obviously, this role had a lot of dancing involved, and I've heard that didn't come naturally to you. Can you tell me more?
You want me to talk about one of the darkest traumas of my life?
Let's talk about it.
Let's bring it up.
What happened?
Yes, I could not dance. I had 2 left feet and was so bad in general, and I could freestyle well. I knew a beat and loved to dance when I was little and stuff. I would dance on tables, my mom likes to say, growing up. So it was always wild. 6 years old on a table, get her down. And yeah, I had rhythm. And then when it came to choreography, I had no experience whatsoever, and really like then experienced the like 2 left feet situation. That was so horrible. I mean, one of the worst times too, I would cry a lot. I would definitely cry a lot afterwards. And I was in a room full of like amazing dancers, so talented. And here I was in the front. So horrible, and all the people that deserve to be in the front are in the back of me, and I'm like looking to them like, why am I here? And it was a really weird experience in that way. Chris Thompson, who's the creator of the show, he was like, when you walked in that room, you were CeCe Jones, and there was nothing that no one could do about it. And yeah, so she'll learn to dance, which I did.
Wow.
Man, did I learn.
Well, that's what's so interesting is like, that's kind of cool though to know that like they saw you as this character, even though so much of the character required dance, and you were like, I literally can't do that. And they're like, we'll figure it out. And they wanted to cast you anyways. Because I feel like so many people were always fascinated. Like, you're this young kid. You obviously start like not fully being able to go to real normal school anymore because this becomes your whole life. Who did you hang out with from the network? Like, did any of them become friends?
I didn't so much hang out with people from the network. I hung out with Zendaya. We hung out. Shake It Up was in a different time when Miley and Selena and Demi and those shows, they were all, I think, 16, 17 when we were starting. So the eras are so different, and yet they intersect. And I remember when I was 12, people asking me if I was going to be, comparing us all the Disney girls with Miley and Selena and this new era, and asking which was going to be the next bad girl. And are you going to be like Lindsay Lohan? And like all these things at 12, 13, your brain is like trying so hard, like, am I gonna be like, what? Like, what
Dude,
is the
12.
question? Like,
Oh my
it's such a weird, 2012.
That is so
Exploitive
crazy.
era.
Yeah, it's almost like what's so weird about that Disney era is you look back and so many kids that went through it, there was this experience where you were expected to stay kind of like a child because that's the demographic that you're appealing to. And yet the press is like waiting for that 16th birthday, 18th birthday where you're like, they're like weirdly sexualizing you, even though you're 12 years old. Yeah. And so you're having adult conversations somehow when you're still a child. And you're like, how is this working?
Yeah. You're also spending all of your hours a day on set with adults. You know, it's like such a different, the brain's like, how do and I'm expected to be this child, but I'm also working like hours like an adult and being in adult conversations. And when I fuck up, it's my bad. Not like a child, it's my bad. Like you're an adult. It's your bad.
And you're 12.
Yeah. And it's like the brain, I think, has a really hard, I think just like cheers to everyone making it out alive. Like,
well, because there's no way to be that young and to be surrounded by that many adults and that become the norm to not have an impact on your mental health to some degree.
Yes.
I like how you referenced though, like, you know, you did have a relationship, obviously, because you were in a duo with Zendaya.
Yeah.
And that I'm sure having someone of a similar age was at least
thank God
helpful in that.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time that you met her? And like, what was your first impression of each other?
Yeah, meeting at the screen test, like the mix and matches, and then the screen test. And I remember at the mix and matches, I think I liked her like immediately. I think that our chemistry was the best. And I remember thinking she's so tall and I'm so short. Like, and then when they put us together for the screen test, I was like, oh, okay, they like it. And I remember us having to do the dancing and the freestyle. And I was like, okay, she can dance and I'm not a dancer.
Okay, I've got other things.
As a child, my mom was like, you're gonna work on it. Yeah, I did end up taking like between the pilot and the series of it being picked up, I did for that like 7 months take 3 dance classes a day. And like would do the auditions during the day and then that during the night. And I was like, I'm gonna be able to do this.
And I think something that was interesting from that era that is so prevalent even still today in media is like, and I know you've talked about it a little bit before, of like how you and Zendaya were pitted against each other at that age on the show, even though it's like you're supposed to just be a duo and like, why can't we accept both of us?
People can't, they don't, women with women. It's just, nope. We have to make you guys all beg for one spot so that we can have the 80 other million ones. But if you guys can beat each other down and like scrape till the whatever extent we're asking you to, like eat yourselves alive while we have all these spots. But for women, just one of you. And it's like, I mean, man, the patriarchy has been doing it for obviously since the beginning of time, but it really like, you just go back and you're like, God damn, they were 12. Like
literally
it's
12.
Crazy. What's wrong with you? You're an adult.
And also it's a duo. Like we're not beating each other out. Like
they're supposed to be best friends. They play best friends. No,
the
literally.
role calls for both of us.
It got pretty bad. Like you know, and then you have your families and you have the rest of the set and everything. And I think it got to a point where when we were on our Good Luck Charlie crossover, we escaped to another set in the middle of live taping, which is really ballsy, badass, and like rebellious, very rebellious.
What do you mean? You escaped?
Like escaped is a funny word. We didn't escape, but we like snuck out. We knew that we had 3 scenes until we were up again, and we were just like, let's just go talk. And we did. And we escaped to another set that wasn't being used on another sound stage. And we're hiding up there. And then they were looking for us. We stayed a little too long. They were looking for us for that next scene. And we got into it, like hashed it out. And it was so beautiful. It was my first experience, woman to woman, girl to girl, where you actually can speak and you can both be heard about the different things you've been experiencing and what people are saying and how they're trying to do this to you. And you can walk out of there like seeing each other. And it was, yeah, I think it's definitely in there in the book still as one of the most genuine girl on girl talks. Yeah.
Well, what's also so crazy about that is like how, again, young you were.
Mm-hmm.
And to have all of the people that were pitting you guys against each other be adults. And so then the fact that the two children in the room,
14-year-olds at this point,
14-year-olds were able to be adult enough and be like, can we just have a private moment? Because are you feeling what they're trying to do to us? And to be able to hash it out. That's really incredible to have the foresight from both of you to be able to have a mature conversation. Because like parents and managers and all the people, directors, I can imagine a lot of kids in Disney were like, oh, of course I thought that person hated me because an adult's telling me that. So the fact that you guys were able to see through it.
And the media. The media is telling you this. The fans are telling you this. Love you guys, but y'all be out there getting a little too crazy. Can we all give everybody a little bit more
grace?
Can we just let everybody breathe just a little bit more?
I also think because the backstory of, I can't speak for Zendaya, but for you, I know like your journey this wasn't just something that you stumbled upon and you were like, this is fun. Like you became the breadwinner at 13 years old. So this is putting food in your entire family's mouths. And so to reduce it to like girl on girl drama, this was a full job for you.
Yeah. I couldn't afford to make a mistake in that way or be like, oh, I'm going to have drama or this and that or revel in anything. Zendaya definitely was probably the only person on the channel that I hung out with. Like,
well, and it's like, because I think the theme too of like, you're 13 and you're taking on real adult responsibilities. Can you share just like, what was your family's dynamic and financial situation prior to you getting Shake It Up? And then when you got it, what did that mean to your family?
When we moved to LA, my father died shortly after when I was 9, and he did not leave us with anything or life insurance or anything like that. So my mom was in, I don't even know how she did it, 4 kids and nothing, and a house in her name that she didn't sign for, and foreclosure, and and he died in a motorcycle accident, so it was quite sudden, and it was just really bad for a long time. My mom was working. She was also trying to take us to every audition that she could. And you've got 4 kids all with auditions, all on opposite sides of the town. And just kind of running herself ragged, as well as us just knowing all the time what was going to happen if we didn't get that job. It was a shitty way to, I think, learn how to work, and yet it's one of the things I'm most thankful for at the same time. That's something I know I can always do, is work.
But and at such a young age, I'm so sorry, obviously, for everything you just described of like, that's so much as a kid to take on that, like, it sounds like you're basically just in fight or flight 24/7 once your father died and your whole family, including your mother, is scrambling to be like, somebody get a job. And then you happen to be the one that
Shake It Up.
that got the big job.
That one, we knew there was money going to be like food on the table, money for the house. Like we knew that at least we would have a constant paycheck, and that was just, you know, we'd get a guest star on a show and be like, oh, maybe they'll make you a reoccurring, like, and I had done other things, but this was that thing of, oh, thank goodness. And I remember my mom couldn't coach me for the audition because I was always the girl that was really good at drama and the dark things, but I wasn't the funny one. And that was my sister, Danny, and she tested on Wizards. Yeah. And so my mom knew that at least she had gone far enough with Disney and they liked her. So she had her like coach me for the audition and pick out my outfit, which I'll never forget is like this like off the shoulder 80s style sweatshirt that has a CC on it, which is why we wore it, and like these leggings and these like little gray ballet flat things. And yeah, and I wore that outfit almost, I think it was 13 times. Yeah. Yeah, you bring it back every time. Every callback, you're wearing the same thing. Yeah, it was my good luck outfit. Mm-hmm.
I also am wondering, like, having your whole family essentially be in the dynamic of like someone make enough money to help us all survive. There's probably something so exciting at first where you're like, oh my God, I got it. I'm the one that's gonna like, I've got this big thing. But then also like, that's like oddly now everyone's like, okay, so now we all have to turn our attention basically to you because now we have to pour all of our energy into supporting Bella. But that's a lot of responsibility on just now you. Like, how did you and your mom at that young of an age even discuss the dynamic?
My mom checked me real quick. I remember when we finally got to move and we were gonna rent a house. So that was very exciting. We'd stayed in this like 2-bedroom apartment for a long time at that point, Stefan and the 4 kids and mommy. And so it was kind of a lot. And then when my dad would come in and he would stay. And I remember the excitement. I'll never forget. It was like raining, which it doesn't often in LA. And we had just gone to the grocery store and everyone's in the car and I'm all the way in the back. And my mom's talking about these like different options of houses that we could rent. And I was like, I said something like, well, I should also get to pick. I should also have a say because I got the show. My mom turned around and said, what? What child? What child? Yeah, I'm from Florida, so it didn't go down well.
Oh, she was like, don't even think about it.
An 11, 12-year-old child, you think you should have a say in the house, but then at the same time, you're like,
yeah,
but don't I also get a say? I just want a room.
No, you're also like, but yeah, because we're getting a house because I'm gonna go work now.
Yeah. Like, I want the princess bed. Right. Can I get the bed? I want the bed.
But okay, this is where I think this leads to understandably very complicated dynamics.
Yeah.
Because yes, it is hard because I'm sure with your other siblings, it's like you don't want to come off as like, but it's like, but you are making all the money. How did you and your mom talk about the money that you earned and where that was going and what you were going to do with it?
I don't know that it was ever that spoken about. When we were modeling, we would get like $5-10 for each job. And then we'd get to go to the store and buy toys. And I think that now you went from like making like, you know, $100 with your modeling job and then like, you know, $10 to you or whatever to like, oh, actually now you're making like a SAG rate as a child, you know, and I forget their day rates, but maybe it's 800 to 1,000, somewhere in there. So now you're dealing with like real, like, oh my God, this isn't just $50 I can pocket after, which is something, but it's now this is something else. This is a different thing. And I'm not sure that anyone was ever given the proper tools to speak about money. It was like, you got that job? We got that job. Like, oh my God. Like, we're going to go out to dinner. Like, let's go to the store. You have to. My mom was very big on like rewarding yourself. And that's something she definitely taught me from a young age. And now I'm like, Mommy, I need to say, girl, Mommy. But yeah, that was one thing that she always wanted to, I think, make sure that we celebrated our own self, that it didn't all always go nowhere, in a sense, nowhere we could see or celebrating you still being in a house. But as a child, you don't quite understand you just understand it's scary and it's really bad, and hopefully we never go there. And that's why it's always gonna be this conversation. We're never gonna get to what that conversation is gonna look like.
And I know you and your mom have had a long journey of a relationship, as most children with their parents do. But obviously, I think there was an added level for you because your mom wasn't just your mom. She then was your manager. Mm-hmm. How did you guys navigate that dynamic?
Yeah, the momager thing. Not really sure how we navigated it. I had a manager, which I still work with, Thor. Yeah. I just worked. I don't know that there was any navigating. It was like, this is an amazing opportunity. Should we do this? Like, should we do that? Coming off of the channel, so much pressure. What are you going to do after the channel? Like, you're not going to stay another year. Like, you're going to go. And I really wanted to do more acting. And I remember that pressure just being so high off of the channel, and like, you can't do this because you're still funny. You can't do that because you're a little girl, but you're also a teenager. So you can't do this because you're not a little girl anymore. And it was just like 8 million things at once where your brain is like, I don't even know. I think a lot of that period of my life is sort of like blocked out in a way.
Yeah. You just like needed to get through it.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, you're okay.
You guys have tissues on the show?
Okay. No, we got him. I got you. I can't help but also feel for you, Bella, when you're talking about that too, because it's like the feeling of like, I'm sure after long days of work, you're like going home, and then this momager role obviously isn't going to just turn off.
Yeah.
And so there's so much pressure of like, you just want to be a daughter for a second with your mom and be like, oh my God, I got to leave my work at home. But instead it's like planning what the next thing is. Like, do you remember a specific moment that when you look back, you're like, oh, I just remember like, that's a good example of like where lines were kind of like blurred between I needed my mom and instead I was kind of getting my manager.
Mm-hmm. The feeling of going home was literally just wanting to be good at something. Like, felt like I tried so hard to be good at all the things in my life, and it was just never enough. I try and take like some of that pressure off myself now, but it's kind of like, beaten into me in that way, like hard to just get away from it, to retrain the brain and new thoughts. Yeah, I just wanted to be like good, and I just never was actually good. There was always more, and then with the comparing and always never enough. And then I got really close to my teacher on Shake It Up, and I loved to learn, and I would go home and she would give me like a lot of homework, and that's what I would stay up all night doing. And my mom would get so mad. And she like put a complaint in. Love you, Mommy. I'm sorry. But she put a complaint in to Disney of like this. She doesn't have time to study her lines at night because she's doing so much schoolwork. And my teacher never backed down. She still gave me just as much. My teacher, Monique, on Shake It Up too, she brought me from like, I don't know, like 3 levels in 2 years. Like, I went from not being able to add and subtract double digit numbers at 12, which is not good, to like doing like 3 grades above and being able to like read in front of people and being so good at math. And yeah, which I've mostly forgotten now, which is just such a dick. Such a dick, man. But yeah, I that was definitely a time where I was like, you could be more mommy than manager. I definitely need to know my lines, but school is also like something I was so made fun of and so bad at, to then be like actually good at something. And I just wanted to like keep being good at something.
Right. And it's like, yeah, that's such an interesting point about like developmentally you're feeling behind, and to not have your mom be more like, oh my God, I want to make sure my daughter like is set up for like the rest of her life. And that way she's
right. And I feel like it's because she had to deal with that so much growing up. My mom came from such a bad, broken household that all she wanted to make sure was that her kids weren't going to have to worry like she was. And she did. She, she set me up for that. I always have to worry. I always have to keep working, but she gave me, she pushed me to give me a chance that so many people don't get in that way. And whether it was through a lot of tears, I feel like she's like a really hard soccer mom. You're like, you didn't kick the ball hard enough. Your mom gives you that look, the death stare, like, oh Jesus, I'm so scared now. That look. Did your mom ever give you that look?
Like maybe not as intense, but yes. But I know the feeling where you're like, I just want to make my parent proud, but also when you step away from it again in this like reflective era, you're able to look back and have grace for both your mom from knowing what she came from,
for sure.
But also it doesn't take away from the fact that like,
it was
oh
hard.
My God, it was so hard, and you actually just wanted your mom to be your mom. And as much as she probably from her own trauma as a child was like, oh my God, money is all that matters, that will make them feel safe.
Yeah.
Your intellect and your intelligence and developmentally, like you were actually really struggling, and you felt really, it sounds like, not great about yourself in that area where you're getting made fun of, and you're like, I actually want to pour also into this. And so you're trying to do your homework at night, and to have your mom be like, no, just focus on the paycheck. It must have been so divided for you, where you're like,
I would tell my mom, I'd be like, I don't know why you're so mad at me. Like, I don't know why you do this to me. Like, I eat my vegetables. I love vegetables. I'm good at schoolwork. I do my schoolwork. Like, I try so hard, like, and so many other kids. I don't do drugs. I don't do this. I don't do that. And man, I would say that to her like, yeah, quite a few times. And I felt like I literally did what people on like in movies and in books said. If you did this, you were a good child. If they ate their vegetables, if they did good in school, if they, said please, thank you. I always had manners. I didn't talk back to my mom till I was 17, like literally. And I always had this feeling. And now I get to experience my mom in such a completely different way, which is very healing, very rewarding.
What was
it's a hard time.
No, yeah. Like, what was your relationship like with your siblings? Because were you ever resentful? Like, you're like, fuck, I just wish I got to be one of like how they're living, like, more maybe a normal situation compared to there was so much pressure on you because if you dropped the ball, it wasn't a normal kid dropping the ball and you didn't do your homework. It's if you drop the ball and you get kicked off the show, then you're literally losing the house and you're losing everything. There were higher stakes for you than your siblings.
I don't know that I had time or the mental space to even be resentful in any sort of way. I always felt that they were resentful of me, because there's only like one mom, my dad's dead, so we don't have that other person. And there's just this one mom who only has this amount of time and I'm taking up all the time now. So I always felt like, yeah, that kind of in a way somehow like distanced me a little bit. I always felt like don't look at me funny. Like it's not my fault.
Right. You're like, if anything, I wish there was more attention on you guys. Like, I don't want all of this pressure. Did you ever have conversations with any of your siblings about that as you got older?
As we got older, yes, I think we've had conversations about what it just was like to grow up in that way. But I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that they would ever tell me if they were like genuinely resentful.
No, it is so interesting. Like when you think about sibling dynamics growing up in a household and how different people experience your parent, right? Like
Right.
you experienced your mom one way, completely different. The fact that like some of your siblings may be like, I was vying for her attention and you were literally like, I just wanted a break for a
Yeah.
second. Like I just needed a second. It's so interesting how under one roof you can experience such a different complicated dynamic with one individual, and you understandably are too young to be able to share that experience, and so it's like kind of quite isolating. You're just in your room alone and they misunderstood you probably and you misunderstood them, and then that's a lot as a kid.
And we weren't given in that time at all any resources to help. There was no resources. There was no talk to your children about this, talk about that. There was no children have consent. Like consent? What? A child gets to consent? I thought that the parent is in charge of the child and the child has to do whatever the parent says to do. What do you mean? Consent is a new word. Like you learn, wow, so many things now that those were never a thing.
Do you think, Bella, because I know you've talked about it and I know you and your mom have it seems like I think you went to therapy together and you repaired your relationship, but there was kind of this like fallout moment between you guys. What do you think it was that kind of like tipped the iceberg for you where it was like, enough is enough. I need a break essentially from this.
I was turning 18 soon. And I could feel the like erraticness coming there again, not having the space to be like, let's actually talk about what happens when you turn 18. I think I was so scared and my mom was so scared. We were both so scared. And when I was shooting Midnight Sun, I turned 18 on that movie right before we started shooting. And yeah, it was not a great time. And one day in the middle of the night, I think she could tell that, I was starting to have like financial meetings, to start to meet with business managers and kind of actually like understand what was happening there. And yeah, that ended quite fractured. And I moved out that night. With my boyfriend at the time, Greg. And yeah, in a blink of an eye, I'm this one person. And in moments later, I'm a completely other person and I have no idea where to go or what to do, or I don't have an ID. I don't have anything. I literally don't have anything. But I'm just going to go because I just can't do this anymore. And I think between everything with a lot of the work and growing up in the way that I did, I struggled very badly with suicidal thoughts and depression. And I thought at one point, like, if I had hurt myself, that maybe she would see how much pain I was in. And I knew when I was there at those thoughts that I had to like leave. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to keep thinking about that. So that was, to answer your question, long-winded way of answering your question, the I guess the crux of leaving.
You had to protect yourself.
Yeah.
You were realizing like, if I keep going at this speed, I may not be here anymore.
Yeah.
And that's not what anyone wants. So I have to leave. As much as it's going to hurt her and it's going to hurt me, it's going to hurt less than staying.
Mm-hmm.
When you did leave, though, you left basically your siblings also. Like, did you have any understanding of like how to access your bank account and like all that information? Like, I can't even imagine.
No, I didn't have any of that information. And the person who I was dating at the time, Greg Salkin, who I love very dearly, and we went through so much together in this time, and he showed me how to be an adult, which is a lot to ask of, you know, your like relationship, someone that you're dating, but you're like, oh my God, this person is really like not an adult yet. And it's never, he was always like, that's weird, you don't have access to this. Or like, you know, you need to know these things. Like, it took me to get my ID. It took me to...
Why didn't you have an ID?
I didn't drive. I don't drive. So I never got my driver's license. And so then I like had a state ID at some point.
Yeah. But it was just like basic, to some people, like more basic life skills that you were like
didn't have.
Yeah. And then once
At
you
all.
finally pulled away
Yeah.
from kind of being in that house with your mom, you're like, whoa. Although I felt like a kid for so long, I am 18. Like,
Yeah.
maybe I should know what my bank information is, and maybe I should know all these things. And what's so hard is sometimes it does take that extreme of a break away from a parent when it is that codependent situation, and then other people being like, wait, like Greg being like, wait, babe, like
That's weird.
No,
What do you
that's
mean?
weird. and someone who just is like loves you for you and is just like, I have no skin in the game, to then help. I also think like there must have been such a turning point when you leave Shake It Up and you're kind of like basically done with your Disney era. We're dealing with obviously like you going through mentally this like rupture with your family essentially, but then also you're leaving an environment that had such expectations on you as a human being. And I think a lot of people have talked about this, like the Disney kid and what you were supposed to be and emulate and present to the world. Meanwhile, it's kind of still a time that you're trying to be like figuring yourself out as an adult. Like, how did you manage trying to soar in your own right and find your own image outside of that really like specific constraints that they put under and on you?
Well, I think people can see how I've managed it publicly. They can see it. They've got photos of it.
Oh, wow.
They got all the photos. Oh, wow. I don't know that I ever handled it or balanced it out correctly. I don't think that I ever had that mental clarity. I've worked a lot on the more recent side. I got to a point where I just needed to kind of change things in my life and get better at, I was working so much and yet was leaving very little time for the things that I really, really cared about. And so I started to focus on that this year and last year. And then after I made this movie, Color Your Hurt, I put all the heart and soul and then didn't have much left afterwards and had to, really wanted to get into the mental health aspect and the brain aspect and just get better on things and give myself some space to breathe and grace. So I don't think I ever did that when I was younger, but I do remember when I turned 18 and in that 18 to 19 year, I was like, I'm free. Like, I'm literally free. Like, I'm walking into this house and no one's asking me when I'm going to be there, when this time, or when I'm going to leave. It's like, it was such a weird, and you don't know what's weird until someone else tells you it's weird.
Right. And then you're like, oh, my situation's not normal.
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
cool.
I still, my mom held my hand walking across the street and for good reason, because streets are scary and sidewalks are scary and side situations. I don't like them. Roads, don't like them. Driving, don't
You're
like
like,
it. The whole thing,
however,
don't like it.
true, but right.
But yeah, like I didn't walk across the street without holding her hand until I was like 16, 17 for sure. And I run across the street. When I cross the street, I run.
But I
don't
think
wait.
that's what's so interesting, Bella, because you're like, I sprint.
I literally sprint really
if you
hard.
see me out in public,
yes, I'm
don't be
sprinting.
afraid.
I am not walking.
No one's chasing me. We're fine. I think, though, that's kind of like the weird dichotomy we were talking about earlier of like, you're a child around adults, so you have to act like an adult and you're forgetting your line and all these adults are mad at you. But then you're
For being
still
a
being
child.
treated like a child by the adults in certain situations, but really being adultified when you're on set. But then money and all of this is being caged from you. So you're, and then you're just
Yeah.
like, am I or am I not?
And that's something that you really start to see a change in when you start to bud. Like, budding is such a weird phrase. Like,
Okay.
am I a flower? Like,
But it
I have
makes
boobs
sense.
now. I'm budding.
No. But you're
The
paying the
flower
bills.
bud, like,
Right.
It's just weird. But when you start to get more feminine or womanly, that's another thing that starts going into that little equation that you've just said.
All of it.
And that
'Cause you don't
starts getting weird too.
You don't physically look like a child anymore, but you're still mentally operating like, well, what does my mom say? What does my mom say? And then eventually you're like, should I keep asking what my mom says or should I move out? Then you move out. And then I remember the press was so hard on you.
Yeah.
I literally wrote down, they would say things like child star gone wild, Lindsay Lohan in training.
I know. Imagine telling a 12-year-old that. You mean,
Right?
like, you said what?
And it's like,
Lindsay Lohan.
right.
I loved those movies.
Me too. We love
Parent
you,
Trap,
Lindsay.
what do you mean? What's wrong?
You go from working when most kids are just experimenting and doing things. So then when you get away from that, it's understandable that then you're going to go experiment. This is not a new idea. We've seen it. Justin
People were
Bieber,
debating
like,
if I was wearing a training bra or a bra. Yeah. Like, can we
no,
think about it?
no,
Weird.
no. And so these, yes, they're like sexualizing you to a degree where you're like, I literally can't win. This is really weird.
Don't look at him. Not the puffy nipples.
No.
Like, when you get to that stage,
No.
the puffy nipple comes first. And that is the worst. And everyone is talking about it.
How do you think all of this, I know you were talking about that early relationship with Greg, but like all of the over-sexualization and people talking about you, like how do you think it impacted your early relationships and what you were looking for in dating?
Not well. Not well. We'll start there. I think when something has been put on you so long, my response was, okay, then I'll take it. Okay, you want me to be that? Then I'll be it. And I'll be it even more. How about that? You really want to fuck with me? How about this? And that is like, it's kind of how I grew up. And then when people would point that out, like, oh, like, so you're really trying to be bad, right? Because you're a Disney girl. Like, then that would really, like, send me, like, just soaring in anger. Someone, like, seeing you for who you are in that moment, and you're trying yet everything else to be something else in a way is a really weird... It's not a phase, Mom.
Right. You're trying to prove everyone wrong. You're like, no. I'm not affected by that.
Right. And then at some point I was just like, oh, you think I'm fucking like, look at her. Wow, she's hot. Oh, you want to see sexy? I'll show you sexy.
It's like, you're like, I'm going to push back 10 times harder. If you're going to tell me I'm this, then watch, I'll do it.
Watch me be a whore. No. Bitch, you want me in my hoe phase? Watch. Watch and learn.
But at some point, I feel like that is actually what causes the rebellion is like, how many times are you going to say?
Are you going to do it?
Then I'll just do it.
Uh-huh.
Then I'll do
No,
it.
literally. You like have to stop speaking.
Because if you're going to keep
there
saying,
you go.
I'm right,
you
you're like,
wanted it so bad.
and
There you
you're
go.
saying it when I'm not doing it, so I might as well do it.
Uh-huh.
Let me see what this is all about.
Well, for sure.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Uber. Daddy gang, we have all been there before. It is 2 a.m. We have been out with the girls, right? You're having the best time. Maybe you stayed one drink longer than you planned. Now it is time to go home. You are standing outside. You're waiting for your ride. And all you want to do is get in the car and just relax, for a second. Take the heels off, right? Thankfully, Uber just launched a feature to help make that feel a little easier. Uber's women preferences lets women riders request a woman driver. Yes. All you have to do is go on the Uber app and type in an address, scroll down to the women's preferences option, and request the ride like you normally would. It's super easy. And I love that it gives women more choices and more control over their rides because look, sometimes you just want that extra peace of mind that comes from having a woman driver. It is just a fact. Whether you're heading home after a night out or just exploring a new neighborhood, catching an early airplane ride, it's about doing what feels best for you. I travel so much for work, so I'm excited to try this new feature whenever Matt can't join me on the trip and I'm in a new city by myself or going to the airport. The little things that make travel and getting around just feel easier really do go such a long way. So, Daddy Gang, if you haven't used it yet, Uber's new women preferences feature is available now in the Uber app. Learn more on the Uber app. You have called yourself a relationship hopper before in the past.
It was like, someone call the therapist, call her in.
No. I mean, I want to hear from you. Like, what was it like when you would have spurts, even if they were small, alone, that you didn't like about that?
I was never alone. I always have my vibrator.
You're like, Alex, please do not assume, because I was absolutely
Clickbait.
always
the clickbait to this video. Guys, go watch the Call Her Daddy interview.
This is literally, that is like the title. Like, you're never alone. Grab your vibrator. Dude, I'm dying. Okay, so you preferred though to be in relationships because you did not want to actually physically be alone.
I'd never been alone since I was a child. I grew up in a family of 4, and my mom being best friends with her growing up, and, we'd have sleepovers. We would, travel somewhere, sleep in the same bed. Like, I grew up never alone. And yeah. And then all of a sudden, broke up with this man because, like, yes, queen, get rid of him. And then, like, oh, God, I'm alone. I'm sitting in this chair. What am I doing? Like, and it was just the scariest feeling. Being alone was so frightening. And I'm not totally sure for what reason other than you just didn't spend that much time doing that. Now I'm like, I get like 2 days alone. I'm like,
let's go.
8 masks later, watch me, bitch. And I'm going to watch whatever the I want to watch. Okay, right. I'm going to watch it all night because I'm a binge watcher.
Now you're more comfortable. Yeah. When you were avoiding being alone, what kind of partners were you attracting? Like, were there any patterns you look back and you're like, oh my God, I kept going for this type of guy?
The artsy people, they need to stay away.
That's
too much.
No.
That's too much. Don't go back to that time. I'm surprised you didn't pull out like 8 other eras.
Oh yeah,
when you started, I was like, yeah, exactly. I'm waiting.
Like, what
for that.
is this pap shot on the curb?
Oh my God, no,
okay,
literally
artsy. And do you mean
my house at one point was filled with just actual trash bags and literal just cardboard from places on the street. Just like people left their cardboard out, they were moving and they got rid of it and like cut up and then painted on. Like, I dated a lot of artists.
Oh, you mean like not even literal, because we know musicians bags. You mean
I mean literal artist paint brush and trash bags and cardboard and anything else you could paint. And I went through that era of my life too. I love painting. So that was like a point I was like, oh my God, look at them. And they don't give a fuck. Like, that's amazing. Like, I love just being like, I'm going to paint on this thing. I see a wall, I'm going to paint on it. I see this thing, I'm going to paint on it. Like, what a beautiful way to live life. That's how I was thinking. And I still can agree.
Yeah. A little balance.
Like, I just painted my dresser.
Okay. What color?
Baby blue from dark brown to
Cute.
baby blue.
Cute.
And with red flowers.
Cute.
Yeah.
But maybe like not your whole house is what you're saying. And maybe like not the cardboard.
Yeah. The cardboard trash, I mean actual trash, other people's trash that is now in my home with
you can only imagine what else is in other people's trash in my home. And it's painted on now. They keep painting on it, so they keep putting it there, and I'm not going to throw someone else's artwork away.
How did you realize that these relationships maybe weren't the best for you?
Oof. Seeing how people treated me during that time is what made me think I needed to get away.
It wasn't the cardboard.
Yeah, it wasn't the cardboard. Now I go, girl, you put up a lot of shit. I am that person though. In a relationship, I'm like, yeah, like whatever, fuck yeah. You want to do some shit? Fuck yeah, like let's do it. And then until you start doing some shit you're not supposed to do, start treating me disrespectfully, start knick-knack and poking, like not you start that. Oh, we're gonna see that cardboard in the trash. We're gonna hear about that art now. Like, and I don't know if it's the Libra in me. You do not want to come over here, man.
This is a good segue. This is a good segue because I want to play a little dating game lore with you.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you just like a quick, like a scenario or just like a situation, a topic, and any story that comes to mind, just quickly tell us, hit it with us, okay? Have you ever walked out on a date?
Yes. Walked out of the car. He picked me up and he put his arm like that to open the car door, which was offensive for obvious reasons. And so then when I checked him on it, he was like, oh, what? You expect too much. And I was like, you think that opening the door and getting out, walking your merry little ass 2 feet on over to my side to open my door is expecting too much? Then we should stop right here because we're actually bad for each other. You have no idea what's coming your way. And so I got out of the car.
He did the lean and a little push open. You said,
sorry, you're not getting any pussy. You're not getting nothing.
You're not even getting the date.
No, you literally are getting trashed. How about that?
And here's a fucking cardboard, you piece of shit.
I got out in the middle, like we were at, as soon as we got to the stoplight and it turned red, fucking got my ass out of there. And he was like, what are you doing? And it's like gonna turn yellow soon. He's like, trying to like then get out of his side as I'm walking my happy little ass back home. I was like, no, literally, expectation. Oh, I expect a lot.
I got ready for you. No.
This is showing up on your date and you're not going, like,
open the door. Open the door.
That is, you have no idea what's coming later.
Wow. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, what is the worst time someone has given you the ick?
Oh my God. I dated somebody that on a plane told me that they should have straight braids. Yep, you heard me.
Wait, no, I didn't hear you.
She said, take it back.
Rewind? What?
I dated somebody that said on a plane that they should have straight braids. That straight people are allowed to have straight braids. I don't know why he had to say it.
Pilot, can we
drop this bitch
can
off?
Yeah, I was gonna say
he's in the exit seat.
Parachute.
Bye, bitch.
No.
Yes. And I don't know if he was just trying to get a reaction out of me. He just wanted to see me offended. He wanted to see me get riled up. He wanted to get under my skin.
Oh, and it worked.
And it really worked. Yeah, it worked.
I'm going this way when we get out. I don't care where actually you're going.
I didn't see him for a while after that. And then he said, oh, you're joking. You're
Shut
joking.
Up. Shut
Bitch,
up.
Why would you even joke? You think that's fucking funny? Because I don't think it's fucking funny.
It's not funny at all. That's disgusting. What is the most unexpected place that you've hooked up with someone?
My publicist back there is like, no, Bella.
She just starts saying prayers.
I hooked up with someone outside of my house in the front yard when I was throwing a party.
You just made that seem like it was like drink or tell the story. And were other people around? Okay.
People were walking indoor to go to the party.
Welcome.
And yeah,
it's a good way to.
I was getting freaky on the other side of the car.
I love that for you.
Yeah, and then I realized that there was my camera.
But it's just
and
for
I
your
looked
viewing.
up. If you get what I mean, I looked up. You get my point?
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw the camera, and then I realized that in my kitchen,
I have
No.
all the screens.
Oh, so everyone in the party is like, oh, look at
she can
camera,
get it.
look at camera X.
Girl is talented in many more ways than one.
She is flexible. Okay, that's actually amazing. What is the worst lie that you've caught someone in? Like in a relationship.
Oh, cheating on me.
How did you find out?
My friend was like, he's there too long, like with this girl. And I was like, not so worried about it. I like girls, and it was like, if we're like gonna kiss her together, like that's like okay, like like it's fine. And then I was like, walk her, like get her to her Uber. Like, don't be like, you can't like kiss somebody and then like not be a gentleman. You know what I mean? That's not cute. So he goes to take her to Uber, but then he's taken like a while, I guess. And my friend Eva's like, she's like, do you think he's fucking her? And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, do you think he like went downstairs to like fuck her? And I'm like, he's walking her over. Don't be ridiculous. She's like, I don't know. I just think he is. And then he comes upstairs, and then she's like, were you fucking that girl? And so immediately, I guess he couldn't tell me the truth. And then when I like went to the hotel room, I realized that like my clothing that I had given her because she wanted to go in the pool was on the floor. And I was like, so she came back to change. And he was like, well, she didn't want to take your stuff. And I was like, she could have had the bikini. Like, it's okay. And I was like, oh, so you saw her naked? And he was like, no. And then he like, after me, like a dog with a bone, he's like, oh, she gave me a hand job. I'm like, right.
not the
right.
no. And then the classic, it was just a hand job.
Also, that's just like lame. Don't cheat on me and then be like, she gave me a hand job. Like,
you had
that's
all
just-
hooked up, not fully.
No. She was not my type.
Okay.
If we were to kiss a girl together,
Yes.
then that was okay. And we had done that in the past. He met her at my birthday. At my birthday party, and then DM'd her to come meet up with us. So she shows up. I'm like, who's this? He's like, oh, this is a girl I thought was cute. Like, I thought you would like her. And I'm like, baby, she's not my type. Like, she's not,
And
my
then
type.
nothing happened between the three of you. And then he brings her down and he gets a supposed just hand job.
A hand job. And then later on, I'm like, I don't believe it. Right? Like, I don't believe it. And
Of
then
course.
he's like, finally, like, oh, that she like gave him a blowjob. And I'm like,
No.
I just stop it. And then after we broke up, because then we went to like through therapy to like really work through this, I had to then go shoot a movie with this man right after. I literally had to shoot a movie like 3 days later.
And you're like, and just now before we start the movie, just clarify, you fucked her. You're like, it went from the hand job to the blow job. You can now just tell me the truth.
I would literally just tell me you put it in.
Literally.
Like, tell
Just
me.
be honest.
That'd be a lot better. You're looking
Bro,
a little pussy right now.
I
don't
I'm
like it.
actually the
You
way.
just got a hand job. You couldn't give that to yourself.
yeah, like you're not that. Come on.
You needed to cheat on me with a hand job. Jesus Christ.
Men are so annoying when you're like,
ridiculous.
you catch them and then they're like, but it was just. And
It
then
was just the.
And then slowly more and more and more and more and more comes out. And you're like, I actually would have respected you more if you just admitted it. But now I'm on this long train of lies with you that you don't even remember. You're like, what did it first start as? He wouldn't even remember.
So then I had to go do a movie. And he's like, oh, like, you need to trust me. Like, I'm going to give you my Instagram password. And like, I don't do that. I don't do the checking the phones. I don't do the Instagram password stuff.
No.
I just think it's like, if you got to go there, it's also like not good. Plus, you're always going to find some shit that you don't want to find. You find one friendly heart and you're like,
Yeah.
this motherfucker, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that wasn't meant like that at all. Like, and so I don't think that that's like a good breach of trust, but he keeps saying it. It's the way to prove to me, right? So then finally, I'm like, you know what? All right. And it's 5 a.m. and I'm on my way to set. I see these messages and they're all in a different language. He thinks that I'm not going to like translate it, but my assistant, yes, at the time is like, so did you know Google Translate can take photos now? And I'm like, no. And like, but then there's voice memos.
So I'm Google translating with the photos, and it's not looking good in here, not looking good. But then there's voice memos, and they're speaking very fast in another language. So I asked our server at the time, and I'm like, "Can you translate this for me?"
No.
Oh, Bella, he loves you. Oh, he thinks you're so beautiful. And he just keeps going on and on about how much this man loves me and thinks I'm amazing.
You're
and
like,
I'm so sexy. And he wants to, and at some points he does these weird faces like, I'm not going to translate this. So I can only imagine what he's saying at the time that this server does not want to translate my fiance cheating on me. And then I'm like, and then I do the full translation. He thinks I'm an idiot. I'm not going to read the other language. So then we go through a lot of therapy after that, because I'm like, I've committed to this person, and, obviously I've done something wrong here, and which is just not true.
Bella, cheating in
For anybody who's been cheated on, it's not true. You haven't done anything wrong.
No, you haven't. And I'm
These
sorry.
people are
but
ridiculous.
The concerted effort to be like, I'm going to get crafty. I'm going to cheat in a different language, because maybe she'll just be so exhausted from this job. She won't have time to actually translate all of this. And meanwhile, you're like,
meanwhile, me, my assistant, my hair and makeup artist, the girls, and the server right now are pointing out your cheating ass bitch. Okay. Like, you think I wouldn't, but I got the girl squad. Okay. And this very nice gay Italian man. Like, and he want to tell you. Okay, sir.
not when you're trying to tell the Italian man.
It gets worse.
No.
It does get worse.
No.
Yeah. So after the therapy, it does get worse.
Oh my God. From the hand job to here, keep going.
So after the therapy, and I just like, at one point he said this thing about somebody else who was being cheated on, and I saw it just like, it all clicked for me. And I was like, oh, you actually don't feel like bad, or there's no, like, you actually think that this is like, okay. And my father cheated on my mom a lot growing up. And so I had a lot of like past kind of cheater drama. And then when I broke up with his ass, like, he's like, well, because you were so honest, I wanted to write you this letter. And in the letter, he just tells me that he was always cheating on me throughout our 4 years. And but don't worry, because he never slept with the same girl more than once. Don't worry. He never. Not with the same girl, not more than once.
Babe, don't.
He just slept with so many of them, but not more than once. He didn't have emotional connection.
The
Don't
way
feel
this
bad.
man is so in love. He cares
And
so much for you. He's like, baby, the respect I have, I made sure never to double dip.
Exactly. And like, I respect you so much that I need to tell you this. And that's the respect I have for our relationship. And then also, I left my Saint Laurent leather jacket at your place. So if you could please mail it to me.
No, Bella. The way that this man was like, but it was just like, it was a one and done. Like, they convinced themselves, they're like, it's not cheating, because they have these stipulations in their head.
He convinced himself it wasn't cheating because we like to get with girls like together, that we were like, had like a threesome. Like, like, I was like, I wanted to be in the open relationship, you motherfucker. And I said that at the opening of us dating. And I was like, you live somewhere else. I want to be in an open relationship because I need attention and I need someone there physically with me. He was like,
no,
well, that's just not gonna work. Like, I'll give you girls, because girls, they mean nothing, right? They mean nothing. So you can get some attention from women, but you can't have any attention from men. And then meanwhile, you are
he's on a tear.
He's on a tear. Everyone you meet.
Oh my God, that is so controlling. It's like he's getting to actually, that's the definition of having his cake and eating it too. And you're just sitting there like, all right, like, so we don't want an open relationship, even though we have this like mutual agreement that if we find someone that we're like down together, great. But if not, we're not able to do it without each other. He's like, woo! And you're literally like, huh? Bro.
That whole time.
The translating is so good.
It's too much.
No, that's
right?
like one of the all-time greats.
Can we put it in a movie?
No. That is like, put that in a script immediately.
I already did 2 of them.
Yeah. You're like, I have lived this life, Alex. No, that's wild.
It was really hard on that movie. I had to. There was a scene where we were making love, and in the scene they put all these photographs of me up on the walls, like a gallery, and they were photographs that they had taken of me on that set during that time. And so I'm on the floor, and he's on top of me, and I'm just like surrounded by all these versions of me, just staring at myself, and just like broke down and could not. After like the 8th take of doing this again and again, this man is in my mouth. I hate him. I'm upset. My body like wants him and hates him at the same time. Like, this is someone I love and yet someone I don't know at all. And I will never forget the feeling of like literally like 8 Bellas just looking at me like, you want to go back to him? Is this what you're worth? That's what you see for yourself? Like, this is who you want to be? Like, you know, like, are you okay with the way this man treats you? And I'll never forget that feeling. It like honestly felt like a horror movie. I was like, is this The Barbarian? Like,
No, you're
like what is this?
You're like, I need this to stop
Like,
right now because I don't want this self-reflection right now.
No,
exactly. I don't want this. You're like, save this for a therapy session on a different day, but not now with these cameras. Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Bright by Scotch Brite. We all know how good it feels to reset our space, whether it's actually messy or you're just overwhelmed and you need something in your life to feel under control. Sometimes a quick clean is the best way to get back on track, or you know what, just boost your mood, okay? And for me, that starts with Bright. Bright's line of sponges. Let me tell you something. They are next level, and honestly, they make cleaning they just make it a little bit more fun, okay? They have 3 different options depending on what you're tackling. The Palm Scrubber has a super comfortable grip for tougher jobs. Then there's the Dish Wand. Ooh, I love a dish wand, which it basically keeps your hands out of the mess. It's easy to fill, leak-proof, which, hello, we love. And lastly, the Scrub and Wipe Sponge has one side for scrubbing and one side for soap. It is genius. Thank you very much. Daddy Gang, these aren't just boring sponges, okay? They come in fun colors, cute shapes, and even have little compact stands that actually look good sitting next to your sink. Plus, they stay fresh and are tough enough to handle serious scrubbing without scratching your dishes. Thank you again very much. Boost it with Bright. Shop now. Call Her Daddy is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest. I want every listener of this show to be financially independent. That starts with tools that make money feel manageable. SoFi helps you take control step by step, earn more money on your money with a high yield savings account from SoFi Bank. Get over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit. And if credit card debt is holding you back, a SoFi personal loan can help you consolidate and pay it down. Ready to invest? Start in minutes with SoFi Securities, and you could get up to $1,000 in stock when you open and fund a new self-directed brokerage account. Okay, not everyone will win the jackpot, but everyone will get some money to get started. Terms apply. Learn more about how you can achieve all your ambitions all in one app at SoFi.com/callherdaddy. I feel like you have had some private, I'm sure, like this, obviously, but then there's like been a very big public experience that you went through where like you were essentially violated to some degree and you tried to take ownership and control of that situation back. In 2019, you made the decision to leak your own nudes because a hacker was essentially threatening that they were going to do this. And can you just like tell the story of what the hell happened? Because I unfortunately think revenge porn is such a common experience for a lot of women, and I would just like love to hear what your personal experience was with it.
It started off with a text and like, oh, hi kitty, something. And I was just like, what is this? To ignore it, I'm like, I'm fan, get my number. Like, I don't. And then again and again. And then a photo of me that I had never posted. And I was like, oof, my brain just like chills. And then he was like, you want more? And so he sent more. And then he like kept sending them until he got me in a conversation with him. And yeah, he kept going with it. I was doing my book tour at the time for The Life of a Wannabe Mogul. And I'm like, I wrote this book because I felt like I was so misunderstood and I didn't know how to express myself. Not only misunderstood, but I was not properly expressing myself. And I felt that kind of one of my last like things that I had to do before kind of just giving up on myself was write this book, and then maybe people read it and they understand me a little bit more. So I write this book, and while I'm fucking doing this press tour talking about molestation and like dark shit, this man is threatening me and won't stop threatening me. And I had to keep doing these interviews, and I'll never forget, I'm with my manager, Thor, who I'm still with. And he, at that time, I like looked at him, I showed him the messages, he read through all of them. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. Like, it just feels like this is what's happening again. Like, my power was taken from me then for so many years. And now he has this thing of me, and he's taking it again. It's like, it felt like being like re-raped, and also feeling this, like, everything will end if he does this. Everything will end for you. All the shit that you've been through, everything you've done to get to this point, it's all going to be blown up and just, it's gone if he does this. And having someone else have that power and that agency over your own body. And I love my manager. And at that time, and I think he saw me as a person and not as a client. Because I don't think anyone, any agent or manager would have been like, yeah, all right, you want to do that because you think it'll make you feel better? Sure, release your own nudes. And he was like, honestly, Bella, yeah, like what he's writing you is like fucked up. And like with what you've been through, this is my like Thor accent. This is your only way. Like I don't have another way for you. Like I don't have another like option. And I put him out, and that was horrible.
How did you come up with that idea to release them yourself?
He's literally saying he's going to do this, and I don't keep sending him photos, and I'm like, now he wants me to start like sending stuff, and then now
it wasn't even about money.
He's
he wanted more photos.
And it also about money and photos, and like, I'm going to keep sending you these videos. And then he starts sending me other people that I'm friends with, their nudes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And he's like, you see how powerful I am, how many times I can do this to you over and over. And I was like, well, if like at the end of the day, if I'm going to lose my whole career and everything I've worked for, being like 20 at that time and working since I was 8, I'm going to just say fuck it all, and I'm never going to work again, and my life's over because this man's going to do this. So I'll just do it. Again, it's kind of, I guess it's, if you think about it, it's kind of the way I approach life. You want to say she's so sexual. Oh, okay, so then I'll be sexual. Like, you want to do this to me, you want to take this from me, so I'm going to take it instead, you know.
It was your way, though, of actually reclaiming control.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about having horrific things happen to you when you were younger. You're like, I refuse to not be in control of my body again. So let's do it.
Yeah.
So you release them online.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you preface it?
I just did an honest Twitter post. Yeah, I just kind of set it out as it is, and you're not going to keep taking this from me. So here it is. And, you know, I think the worst part of that was people saying, you did this. You are faking it. You just want to show us your tits. You want us so badly to see your private parts, that that's why you're doing it. You want it. And that to me, like, really broke me. Then that, like, really, really broke me. And there's definitely like a video of me where I'm like doing an Instagram story and I'm like completely like broken and so upset.
Understandably.
Just mad. And then I get like a call one day and it's the FBI. And they're like, hey, you know, we've seen this thing. We think it's our guy. And like, can we come over? Can we get all the data? Can we see what this is? And they came over to my house. So now I have like a house full of FBI, which is like the craziest thing. I keep looking around like, there's weed in this house. There's weed in the FBI in here. And I keep reminding myself, it's California. It's legal. Do they know I have a weed brand? Do they know I own one? Like,
but it's still scary. You're like, the FBI's here.
Oh God,
here.
there's marijuana.
Like, it is legal, but still, I'm nervous.
No, literally. And yeah, I gave them everything. Did work together for quite a bit, and I think it took a year and a half, a little over that, and they got him. And they knew it was him from the writing. So if I had not posted those screenshots, they wouldn't have caught him, or maybe they would have caught him later, but they wouldn't have had that direct source. And that's how they knew, is because of the screenshots, because it's his exact writing. They're like, this is his MO. It's the same guy. It has to be. And then he kept taking this thing, because I love cats and I'm a big cat person. So he kept calling me Kitty and like taking this thing from me that I love so much. And I've got these cat tattoos, and he would like keep poking the kitty thing and kitty and come here, Miss Kitty Kitty, and do this for me, Miss Kitty Kitty. And that was another one of my like breaking, like, you're not gonna fucking take something that I love and I rescued cats, and you know what, I'm gonna like, fuck you. I'm just gonna put this out. I'm gonna put it out because I have no other choice. That's what I feel like right now. I'm not letting anybody do this to me again.
That is so crazy that then the internet turned it into, you are getting blackmailed and this hacker is coming for you, and somehow you are getting shamed and blamed.
What do we tell women all the time in life? You were raped that night. Were you wearing a short skirt? So you wanted it. You had a drink that night. Okay, so you wanted it. It's always you want it. That is like the inherent thing that we grow up with. It's everywhere. It's in every book. It's in fucking, at this point, the only thing that doesn't have it is fucking Mother Nature. Literally the only thing that doesn't have it is the trees and the grass and shit. Okay. It's everywhere. It's embedded in every culture, everywhere you look. It's fucking, and I'm sure it's embedded in these chairs. I'm sure when they made these chairs, they were like, well, we need to make something feminine, but not too feminine, okay? And it needs to be soft enough, but it still needs to give a little bit like of a man vibe, because like she can't be too feminine if she's gonna have work, right? Because she can't be both. Like, Bella, it's literally in everything.
It is horrific to know that somehow you were blamed for it, and yet you're right, it's so expected. Of course. Of course. What did that experience, though, kind of teach you about the process of reporting crimes and like working to that capacity?
The grace and the bravery that it takes someone is so incredible. Anyone who's ever had to write like a witness, like victim, quote unquote, statement is, I mean, I give it up to everyone who has come forward and everyone who hasn't. You know, both are incredibly brave in their own right, and that is the truth.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. Either one, you're right. Because it's like half the time you're not believed. And then when they're trying to believe you, there's so many questions that you're like, is this even worth it? I don't want to relive this.
For sure. Putting it into your like own words, having to speak it out loud in a room full of, when I was writing this statement and they were explaining to me why it was important, because of the sentencing and for the judge to really hear what this person has taken from you in your life. And you spend so much of your life trying to like concentrate on the things that didn't take from you. And now you have to sit here and like publicly like speak out those words, what someone has done, what they have taken, who you no longer are because of this person and their actions. And yeah, it just, man, there are so many like incredibly brave and courageous people.
It's so inspiring to hear you from literally the young girl that I showed in that picture to then, your working experience and essentially surviving that extremely difficult environment to then getting out into the world after Disney, trying to find your identity, but also wanting to rebel a little bit and be like, I literally didn't have really a childhood. So like, I'm going to lean in. I'm going to have fun. I didn't even know about my bank account, or I didn't have an ID. Like, I deserve to have a little bit of me time, essentially going through all the relationships that you went through, all the cheaters, all the people, all the artists, all the cardboard, to then finding your now fiance, going through, the online trauma of this experience. Like, it feels like now you're in this place where you've grown so much as an individual. It seems like you're in this great relationship now. What do you think now, sitting here, are some of the biggest changes that you've noticed in yourself as a whole, like in reflecting back on even everything that we've talked about?
I'm not as reactive. I'm definitely not as reactive. I have boundaries. Yeah, I created some of those. It's crazy. You can create them. They're there. They may look invisible, but they're not. I think that's probably one of my biggest one. Yeah, is the boundaries, not having them before and having them now, and creating them for your own can be such a beautiful and joyous experience. It can also be like really sad, and sometimes it's good to like hold space for the versions of yourself that didn't have that,
That's such a good point. It's like you can be proud of yourself now, but you can also have empathy for why it was so hard back then.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having almost like doing it for your younger self now. Like having those boundaries, you can now be so proud of yourself. Like, oh my God, everything I went through and how horrific things I had to experience that I shouldn't have had to experience. Probably also shouldn't have even had to have boundaries at that age or in that moment, right? But now you can be proud of yourself for surviving all of that.
Yeah.
And having grown to be so strong for what you went through and what you now demand for yourself.
Yeah, and I think we put so much, like, women, again, you just can't do it, right? And like your body and all these other things is Jesus, and like everyone wants to take it from you all the time, and then you're ostracized for having boundaries, or you're a bitch for speaking up for yourself. You're blaming yourself, which is what I've done for so much of that part of my life, and being in situations that I didn't know how to get out of, or I literally didn't know how to leave other than running out the door physically. And I think over the years, I've like really blamed that version. And at this time, when you like kind of grow up and you're like, that wasn't right though. Like, yeah, holding that space for it's okay that you didn't know then. It's okay that you know now.
And I think like when you're that young of a young girl going through, like everyone always says it, like the body keeps score, right? Like,
yeah,
you can do so much mental work to just try to keep your head above water and to keep working. Like, you're having to keep working through this trauma, right? You're having to keep working through people taking advantage of you and your body in all these moments. And you shouldn't have had to do that, but you were in survival mode. And so I think it can take your whole life to just like slowly reclaim parts of your body. Even like doing therapy for a decade, you can unlock parts and feel like you reclaimed parts, but like it's a never ending process, because that's something that should always be yours, something that should never be taken advantage of or taken from you.
And as an actor, you're taught the opposite.
as an actor, like your body, like you learn how to disassociate from your own body, because you're putting and disassociate from your brain to like almost create two parts of the brain. One part of the brain is experiencing this incredibly traumatic thing that I'm trying to act out as well as experience in real time. And then the other part is this protective part. And you can like, it's kind of like watching yourself from the outside in a way. Like think about the scenes where actors have to do and you're like, you're being raped on camera. You're doing these like really physical, detrimental scenes to your like, to your psyche as well as your body. And so you have to disassociate, and then you're no longer acting. But for some reason, you keep having to disassociate from your body, you know, throughout life. And so to reclaim it, as you said, like piece by piece back is like a really like, I used to love to show like my skin, and I still love to show skin, but I used to be like fucking like, you know, nipples or whatever, like, yes. And then I realized that I never went through the time to be precious about them, to be precious about, you know, yourself, your own body. And I never went through that period. And I feel like I've just recently been getting to be precious and to, to have that.
It's really like cathartic to hear you say this, because I think a lot of women are going to be sitting at home and crying with you, because I think the amount of women who have unfortunately and should never have had to, nor should you have ever had to, been taken advantage of. It's like you're reliving it also in moments, in microcosms in your life. As much as you're healing, we're hearing about obviously when this person is going to leak your nudes, or someone makes a comment, or someone's saying every little thing in life can bring you back to that moment. And so it's this ongoing battle within yourself as a woman that you have to try to be so fucking strong and keep going.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Stop making us be so strong.
No, literally.
Let's be weak.
No, literally.
Everyone's like, no, women, we're a strong woman. I want to be a weak woman. You know what? How about that? Can I be a weak woman? Today, Friday would be good. Sunday is a good day to be weak. I'd love to be a weak woman on a Sunday.
That's why
this is ridiculous.
No, I know. That's why I feel for you right now. I like want to reach out and hug you, because I'm like, it's so people or who, especially men, and who are just so naive to it. It's like they think there can be an isolated incident. It's like this carries through to so much of you. It doesn't define you, but like you are just having to work 10 times harder in moments to just survive. And so I just give you so much grace of just like, oh my God, everything you've been through, and then sitting here and even you being like, I have boundaries and I'm more patient now. Like that is what just happens with time. And it's horrific that you had to go through any of the things that we're talking about, but you're such a survivor in your own right. And it's really inspiring as a woman to like connect with you and talk with you about these themes that are unfortunately so universal, but you are also a testament to someone who has been able to be basically dragged through the mud, gone through these horrific things. And you're so intelligent, and you're funny, and you're wise, and you're all these things, and you deserve to have happiness. And so it's amazing to see that you're reclaiming that in a way that it's going to take a lot of time. Yeah. And it's still going to be a lot of work and a lot of therapy, we're putting budget, but you're here. And the young girl who said, I was maybe not going to be here if I didn't get out of that house at one point, you're still standing. And that's all on you. No one else is to thank or to give props to, or it's you. You did that. You did that yourself.
Thank you, Alex.
Of course.
That's very sweet.
I need to brag more about you. Some of your accolades. You're a director. You did The Incredible by, you're still obviously an actress, but you have transitioned into a director, which is such a feat in itself, to be taken seriously, to be talked about, right, in a way that people are going to show up for you and look at you, and especially even just as a woman. And so congratulations.
Thank
Obviously,
you.
You've been referencing your first project. I know you have something big coming. You are directing and starring in Spring Breakers 2.
And writing. And I wrote it.
Okay, how did this opportunity come to be?
the producers watched Color Your Hurt, which is the movie that I just wrapped and early cut of it, and they asked me to write something to see if they would like it, and they loved it. And now I'm writing and directing Spring Breakers too.
No. That
Spring
is
Break forever, bitch. Let's go.
that is like, first of all, you being in it, I'm already like, yes. You directing it, yes. You writing, yes. Like, that is incredible.
Thank you.
That's so incredible. Also, because the first Spring Breakers was directed by a man. How do you think the sequel will be different with, you know, some female energy?
Some female energy. Oh, the female energy is there, girl, for sure. 2012 was such, which is like when the movie came out, was such an exploitative time, and everyone was going through it. At that time, like me and Miley and Zendaya and Selena and everybody being compared of who was going to be that next bad girl and everything happening. It felt like that was the time too. And in this time, things are different. They are crazy. There's a lot of craziness. There's a lot of litness. There's so much litness in this movie.
I just have like Bella Thorne
evil
behind
laugh.
me. No. The like maniacal laugh. I'm like, Spring Breakers 2 and Bella Thorne. I'm like, oh my God. Is there anything you can like tease or anything you want to just kind of set the groundwork so people have a little something to chew on?
We're working with the original team is back, so we're really excited about that. I don't want to get in trouble.
I know.
I don't want to get in trouble. But what I can say is it is so Liddy McTitties. I mean, from start to finish, it's lit as fuck. We are having fun. If you wanted to go to the theater and have fun, you gonna have fun with this movie. That's for sure. Yeah, it's balls to the wall. That's like the most, that's what everyone says when they read the script. Balls to the wall.
Can you say if is there anyone from the original in it or no? Okay, we're not going to say anything. We will be sat. We will be ready. We are so fucking ready, Bella. Before you go, because I know this has been.
Also, I went.
What?
When Spring Breakers came out, I begged my manager to let me go to the premiere because he had worked on the first one. So when Spring Breakers came out, I was at that premiere.
Oh, that's really
so you can do the age math as well. I was there and I begged. That's why I love my manager. And now
that's
I'm here.
Wild. And now you're here. You went to the premiere as a fan, and now
and the after party.
And now
I wanted to see the girls
writing, directing, and starring. That's kind of just like that. That feels right. That feels right for the girls.
Right?
Yep. You can do anything.
Oh my God, that was such like a cultural like moment in time. And
Dude,
just
that's
like
crazy.
Everyone just like, yeah, becoming a woman and like questioning being a woman and like what that's going to look like for the rest of your life. And, you know, then you have these girls doing these things in this movie. And it was just like on the big screen. It was big screen, that movie. That was a big screen movie.
It was.
Yeah.
And this will be too.
Yeah.
And you're in front and behind it.
Yes.
Power to you. That's actually fucking incredible. Seriously, congrats.
Thank you.
Okay, Bella, of everything you've accomplished, what are you hoping for this new era for yourself? Like, what can we expect? I know obviously we've got the projects, but like, what else? What can we expect?
A happier Bella. Hopefully. I feel happier so far. Getting to do something that I love, like directing, and getting to concentrate on production and getting further into all sides of the art in that way, instead of just, I love acting and I love finding projects that I want to act in. Like, that's really important. And yeah, I hope I get to really like enjoy continuing on this journey. Yeah.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
I could talk to you forever. That was such an incredible conversation. I feel like we went in so many different directions, and thank you so much for going there with me. I love talking to smart, interesting women, and I knew we would have such a connection and a great conversation, but I couldn't have imagined the amount of themes. I feel like so many women are going to be like, oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's all to you today. So thank you for opening up, because we wouldn't have had this conversation, and the depth that you brought was really inspiring. So thank you for coming on Call Her Daddy, Queen.
No, thank you for having me.
You're amazing.
To all the people and the women and everybody that hears themselves and sees themselves in this episode. I love you, and you're beautiful.